If you loved Angelina Jolie's film Unbroken, based on the best-selling book Unbroken, Path to Redemption, well, you will love the new movie with the same title, opening nationwide on September 14th. This movie begins where Jolie's film concludes, sharing the next chapter of the unbelievable true story of Olympian and World War II hero Louis Zamperini. Joining me this morning are Will Graham, who plays his grandfather, Reverend Billy Graham, in the film, and also producer Luke Zamperini, Louis Zamperini's son. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Luke, let's start with you, because I'm going to be honest. I think when a lot of people saw the first movie, Angelina Jolie's movie, they loved it, but there was something, I think, missing from those who knew the story well, certainly had read the book. How happy are you that there is now an entire movie really devoted to that second half, almost more important part of the story, I think?
Well, I'm very happy, as a matter of fact. So those that had read the book Unbroken realized that the last 6 chapters of the book were left out. There just wasn't enough time to tell the whole story of Louis Zamperini in a single film. So Unbroken, Path to Redemption picks up where Jolie's film ended, when Dad gets back from the war. And it covers his post-war, post-traumatic stress disorder, his romance with my mother, the struggles that they had because of his PTSD, and it covers him coming to faith in an eventful night in 1949 in a tent meeting in Los Angeles that was being under the preaching of Will's grandfather, Billy Graham. So I'm really thrilled that we got a chance to tell the rest of the story. So
am I. Well, and Will, tell me about the relationship between your grandfather and Louis, because what I understand, they were pretty close. Does the movie delve into that? Talk about that relationship and how much we're going to see of that in the movie.
Yeah, these two men were lifelong friends, and it started there at 1949 when Louis would give his life to Jesus Christ, but it would continue for really all the way until they both passed away. Both of these men really loved each other. And from time to time when my grandfather was preaching, and like in the California area, he would ask Louis to come and stand on the platform with him and share his testimony to the whole people in the stadium about how Jesus changed his life. And so now when it comes to the movie, you won't see much of their friendship portrayed, but you'll see the night that my grandfather was preaching and Louis would give his life to Christ. So that would be the beginning of their friendship. But after that, the movie won't talk too much about their relationship, but you'll see a small clip at the very end of the movie. So make sure you don't walk out too quickly, because there's something really cool at the very end of the movie you need to check out.
Oh, that's a good tip. Well, Luke, and I want to hear, you mentioned your mom real briefly too, and I think she is almost just as much of a hero, I think, as anybody else in this story. I mean, she literally helped save your father's life.
Well, yes, it was, you know, she you know, on the verge of leaving my father because of the alcoholism that had taken over his life. She got invited to come see Billy Graham speak in downtown Los Angeles. She came home that night a changed person. She'd found forgiveness from God, and she was able to forgive my dad for the rascal that he was. And she was able to convince him to go back with her to hear Reverend Graham speak, and that changed his life. So yes, she was the catalyst that got him there.
Well, and as we get ready to close here, what do you hope people, when they see this movie, you know, when they leave the theater, when they're at home talking with their family about this, what do you hope? What's the takeaway message?
Well, the takeaway message is the power of forgiveness, which is really the theme, the underlying theme of this this film. That the power that forgiveness can have to change your life, forgiveness for your own sins, and forgiving those that have sinned against you.
All right. Well, again, the movie out September 14th. I'm going to be one of the first to see it. I can't wait. Thank you both, gentlemen. What an honor. All right.